Okay, welcome back. The next thing that we're going to talk about is now. So now we have created a container with multiple compartments. Assuming that we wanted to bundle some logic or formula or things that is related to one or more of the values that is stored within this particular container. So the way to do it when we talk about object orientation would be to write a function. Let's say, for example, I want to compare whether this person is he an old person or is he a young person. So something as simple as this. Now, in order for me to know whether this person is considered old or young, would basically make use of this particular method that is stored inside the person. So what we will usually do is then we will say that this particular function belongs to this particular template. So that when I invoke is O, I can basically just return whether the age value is greater than 75. Now this is a piece of logic that I only need to write once, so that whoever that makes use of this particular class doesn't need to know what's the definition of O, whether O is considered older than 75 years old, older than 25 years old, or it could be even something that is a little bit more complex, like let's say, for example, if I have the weight and the height, I could perhaps calculate the BMI by calling calculate BMI function without even knowing what is the formula, or even if this formula changes over time, I will actually just need to go straight to one place to change it. That is the class definition. I will only need to change it at the class definition. So now I have written a method so called is O, and I'm going to make use of the value. Now, how do we usually determine whether this particular function is actually to be inside this class or should not be inside this class? If I do not need to pass you any values, and I make use of one or more of the values that is stored in this particular container, I will usually put it as a function within this particular class. So now I have a function called isO, and the way that we invoke a function is exactly the same as how we invoke how we retrieve values out from a particular compartment inside this container. So now if I call is O and I call it upon the 2 person, let me change this to 90 years old. So 90 years old is considered O, right? Now when I invoke the is O function on this first person who is Apple is 2 years old. So definitely this would basically return us the value false. And if I invoke is O on this particular person over here, you will basically returns me the value true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just write an if else statement, so that it's very obvious what is going to be printed out. So if this person is going to be O, I'm going to echo dollar name dollar person 0 point to name is O, else now if I'm going to do exactly the same thing for the second person. Now change both to name. So 1 change it to name. So let me try to run it over here. Okay, there's an error over here. So let's take a look at the error. The way that you look at the error is at line 13. So line sorry, not line 13. H in person PHP 13. So H in person PHP. I've written a Okay, now if you want to refer to this particular container over here, you must say $this points to h. That is my mistake. And how do I know that this is my mistake? Because it says undefined variable h in person of PHP on line 13. So that's why I look at line 13. Earlier on, I'm looking at the wrong source code. Please don't be like me. Okay, so now coming back, when I run it, it should point out apple is young, orange is young. Okay, oh sorry, I forgot to change it. So let me, apple is young, orange is old. So you can see that now based on whatever value that is stored in the particular compartment, over here the person 0 compartment is storing the value 2. Over here the H compartment, over here the H compartment is storing the value 2. Over here the H compartment is storing the value 9, which is why when I invoke is O, this will basically check this particular compartment and the value that is stored in this particular compartment and compare it with greater than 75. So this is actually what we know as a method or a function. Okay, it's actually known as a method, but the way that we write it is usually we will just prefix with this thing called function lah. Okay, that's all for this video. See you again the next time.